Hello, I now bring you Christmas reflections. The town of Glenville, Washington, nestled among snowy mountains and evergreen forests, was the kind of place where Christmas seemed to live year round. Lights twinkled along Main Street, shopkeepers decorated their windows with wreaths and garlands, and families gathered in the town square for carols and hot cocoa. For Juliet Swanson, Glenville was more than a hometown. It was a place of belonging, though she had once run from it in pursuit of bigger dreams. Years earlier, Juliet had left Glenville for California, chasing a corporate career and the promise of success. She had imagined herself climbing the ladder, proving her worth in boardrooms and skyscrapers. But the reality was harsher. Endless competition, shallow relationships, and annoying emptiness. By the time December rolled around, Juliet realized she had traded joy for ambition, and so she turned to Glenville, determined to rebuild her life in the warmth of community. Juliet's dream was simple yet profound: to open her own business in town, something that would serve her neighbors and reflect her values. She wanted to create a space where people felt welcome, where laughter and kindness mattered more than profit margins. Her parents and childhood friends embraced her return, and Glenville itself seemed to breathe life back into her weary spirit. But fate had other plans. Enter Colton Weatherly, a man whose life was the mirror opposite of Juliet's. Colton thrived in the city, working for a firm that specialized in acquisitions. His latest assignment was to secure the Glenville Ski Resort, a beloved local landmark that provided jobs, recreation, and pride for the town. To Colton, it was just another deal, numbers on a spreadsheet, a stepping stone in his career. To Juliet, it was the heart of Glenville, and she would not let it be swallowed by corporate greed. Their first meeting was anything but cordial. Juliet saw Colton as the embodiment of everything she had rejected: ambition without compassion, success without soul, and so forth. Colton, in turn, viewed Juliet as naive, as clinging to small-town ideals that had no place in the modern world. Yet beneath their clash lay an undeniable spark. Both were strong-willed, intelligent, passionate, and neither could ignore the other. As Christmas approached, Glenville buzzed with preparations. The annual tree lighting ceremony, the holiday market, and the children's pageant filled the calendar. Juliet threw herself into these traditions, rediscovering the joy she had once taken for granted. Colton, assigned to spend time in town for his work, found himself reluctant, drawn into the festivities. He attended the pageant, shared cocoa at the market, and even helped hang ornaments on the town tree. Slowly, the magic of Glenville began to chip away at his hardened exterior. Juliet noticed the change. Colton laughed more easily, listened more attentively, and seemed genuinely moved by the Cratchit-like families who made do with little yet radiated joy. He met children who skied at the resort, families who depended on its jobs, and elders who cherished its history. For the first time, Colton saw beyond profit margins. He saw people. Their relationship deepened in unexpected ways. Juliet challenged Colton to reflect on his choices, asking whether success meant anything without love or community. Colton, in turn, reminded Juliet that ambition wasn't inherently bad, that dreams could be pursued without losing one's soul. Together, they began to envision a compromise, a way to preserve the resort while allowing it to grow sustainably, benefiting both the town and Colton's farm. Yet obstacles remained. Colton's superiors demanded results, pressuring him to close the deal quickly. Juliet feared betrayal, worried that Colton's newfound warmth was temporary. Their budding romance teetered on the edge of collapse, threatened by mistrust and external demands. The town itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see whether Glenville's future would be secured or sold. On Christmas Eve, everything came to a head. The town gathered for midnight service, candles flickering in the dark, voices rising in carols. Juliet sat among her family, heart heavy with doubt. Colton entered quietly, his face solemn. When the pastor spoke of reflection, of looking inward to find what truly matters, Colton felt the words pierce his heart. He realized that Juliet, Glenville, and the spirit of Christmas had shown him a truth he could no longer ignore. Success without love was hollow, and ambition without compassion was destructive. After the service, Colton sought Juliet. Beneath the falling snow, he confessed his struggle. He admitted that he had come to Glenville for business, but had found something far greater. He promised to fight for the resort's preservation, to honor the town's traditions, and to choose love over greed. Juliet, moved by his sincerity, allowed her heart to soften. In that moment, the bitterness of their conflict melted away, replaced by hope. Christmas morning dawned bright and clear. The town awoke to news that Colton had negotiated a deal protecting the resort, ensuring it remained in local hands while gaining resources for sustainable growth. Families rejoiced, children cheered, and Juliet felt her dream of a thriving community come alive. Colton, standing beside her, knew he had found not just success, but belonging. Their love blossomed in the days that followed. Juliet opened her business, supported by neighbors and encouraged by Colton's partnership. Colton chose to stay in Glenville, balancing his career with the newfound commitment to community. Together, they embodied the spirit of Christmas: generosity, reflection, and transformation. Christmas reflection.